representing her. I'd just like to tell you all that Baba was Mom's best friend. He really cared about her, saw her through thick and thin, and even right now, I'm married to someone from the game. She's back there, her name is Brenda, and Baba contributed heavily to our marriage. To this day, you can still hear him telling us the same things over and over. Your marriage is the strongest thing that you have in this life. And I just want to thank him for that and everything that he contributed towards our family. Thank you.
All protocols observed, I would now want to say a few words about my brother Raila. I want to tell the mourners today that I have lost my best friend in life. I will never have any other friend like Raila. And it is with heavy heart that I stand before you to mourn him, and I really feel like not saying anything because my best friend is gone. I would like to tell you people just a little bit about Raila. I cannot say it because it is too much. I cannot tell you. It can take the whole day. But I want to tell you that from childhood, Raila was a very, very caring boy. But he was also very principled. If he felt that he was being misused, he refused. For instance, one time, my father used to live in Kisumu, and we were living with my brother Raila in Nyamira here. And we used to go to Maranda school every morning in the dews before we reached school. We reached school when we were very wet. And one day, because my father used to come back home here every weekend, and when he came back that weekend, he expected us to be picking cotton, because this area used to be a cotton growing area. And all of us had woken up so early to go and pick cotton because Mzee was very strict. Everybody had to go and pick cotton. But Raila was still sleeping. So when Mzee asked him why he is not picking cotton, he told Mzee, Baba, don't you know it is very difficult to pick cotton? Why don't you also try to pick it? And Mzee was not amused. So Mzee disciplined him a little for that statement. Again, the other time, my mother was going for a funeral to Alego. And he went to school and asked permission so that we could look after our siblings, the children, who are my sister Akinyi, who has just spoken here, and the other Achieng, whose son has spoken here. Those who are still small kids. So when we missed school for one day, the next day when we went to school, the same teacher gave us a lot of beatings, why we missed class. But my mother was not amused. So my mother went there to quarrel, but before then, when this teacher was disciplining us in class, he expected us to salute him after he has given you the beating. You do the saluting. But Raila refused to salute the teacher. So the teacher was not amused. The teacher called him, come again for another beating. He came back and again the teacher gave him another beating. He refused to salute. The third time, when the teacher gave him the last beating, he told the teacher that you are caning me for nothing and my mother asked you for permission. So don't cane me again. And I can tell you that my brother also liked school. He liked school and he never missed school. And like my other brother, Agola, who did not enjoy school very much, but whenever my father put him to discipline, he went to school and studied, and that time he becomes number one. So can you imagine somebody who is a bottom and next term he is number one? And Raila was always number one in class during those days. And Raila loved sport so much so that when we came back to Nyamira, we had a field where we were practicing jumping, we were practicing pole vault, we were practicing triple jump and other athletics. So Raila became a member of the management of the Athletics Association later, and he was a great lover of football. His team was called Arsenal. Raila was and he was also a patron of Gor Mahia. He also became a patron of Gor Mahia. And recently, you remember, when Kenya was participating in the football match for Africa, he was with His Excellency the President at Kasarani Stadium to cheer. And whenever they were there with His Excellency, Kenya team won. It is only the day when His Excellency missed the football and Raila also missed the football that the Kenya team lost. But, ladies and gentlemen, over mango trees, and Raila fell down, and I had to carry him on my back, and other people were laughing at me, saying that, oh, I know Raila, wewe umeumia, Raila angeumia, right? But there it was, and the other one was in Germany. He met that accident. But I tell you, one day, when 1982, when there was an attempted coup, and my brother was arrested and charged with treason, I tell you, that was another very, very sad moment for us. I went to see my brother at committee prisons, and when he was in the black uniform, which is only for people who are in the death row, and I saw him in that uniform, and I cried. He was laughing and telling me, this is nothing, all this will go. I told him, how will it go, and you are on the death row? I was really shaken when I saw him in that type of uniform. But Raila was so brave. When he braved it, and he never feared anything. Even if he saw police throwing tear gas and doing whatever, Raila would face it. He would face it head on. He would not go back. Even when some of us were so scared, Raila would go ahead and continue. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank these people. First, I would like to thank His Excellency the President, who has stood with us, and that Raila was sick. We were with him and Raila, and he is the one who organized the transport which flew Raila to India for treatment. I also want to tell you that the President kept a vigil, and he always checked on Raila to know what was happening with him. The day Raila died, I first of all called him and told him he was in a very critical condition. I was told by my sister, Akinyi, that Adhiambo had called from India. So I called Adhiambo, and then within no time, wailing. I called the President again and informed him, and he was very sad. But he organized everything. All this arrangement would have been too heavy for the family. I don't know whether I would have not collapsed if this was placed on my shoulder to take care of this big crowd here. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you. I also want to thank the chairman of the National Funeral Committee, Professor Kithure Kindiki, who tirelessly worked and made sure that everything was organized and well arranged as it is now. I also want to thank the security which did this, the army, all the armed forces. All these are under instructions of the president. Thank you again for all that you did to us. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, who led a team to collect the body of my brother Raila from India back here home, and he was accompanied by the ministers, Murkomen. Thank you very much, everybody who was in India to bring the body of Raila home. You did well. Also, my special thanks go to Dr. David Olunya, who is a personal doctor of my brother, and he has been with him all through. He went to India, but he has been with him even earlier than that. They were together in Dubai. They were together at Nairobi Hospital. So thank you, David. Thank you for everything that you did. I also want to thank Ogeta. Ogeta is our relative, Enyake Waka. He is the one who was taking care of Jacom up to the last moment when Jacom took his last breath. I also want to thank Jeff Oyer. I want to thank Winnie, particularly Winnie, the niece. Winnie is a very brave lady. She was there with Jacom when there was a session in Arusha where they were supposed to go for a session. I asked her, Winnie, are you not going? She told me, look at, then she just pointed at the father and said, him. I'm not going because of him. I have to be with him. And that is before Raila went to India. And she was there from that date. She took care of her father, and she was very, very, I think she was very caring. She did everything that is humanly possible to do. Thank you, Winnie, for everything. And my sister, Ruth Adiambo, who also bought a ticket and went to see Raila. She sought her own visa, and she went there, and she was with him up to the last minute. Thank you, my sister. Thank you very much. I also want to thank Okech Sala from Migori, who was very close to Raila. He had arranged all the tickets, and he was with Raila all through. Okech Sala, thank you very much. I want to thank the National Assembly, Speaker, the members who also organized and went to collect Raila's body, Aaron Cheriot and Junet, Honorable Junet, though he did not go, but the